Hey guys, so today I have a video for everybody, and I realized that finance is not a thing people really talk to with their girls or their friends or their homies. It's something that is very hush, and you handle it on your own. You go through your struggle and you come on top eventually, or not. So before I even dive into the tips that I have, which I have 6 tips today, I definitely recommend that you take my tips very lightly and make sure that you can transform it into your life, because what might work for me might not work for you. But I made sure that my tips were very universal for the most part. Take all your advice lightly, but definitely bring a listening ear into the conversation. So without further ado, let's jump into these tips. And my first tip, just to throw this out there, be real with your time. And you might go, what? We talking about money, honey. Okay, here's what I mean by that. You're now trying to be in the workforce, or you're already currently in the workforce. When you're trying to make money, what kind of job are you looking for? Are you looking for a part-time job, a full-time job, PRN? What are you looking for? So money always kind of levels out with time. Think about your own job now. The more hours you work, the more money you make. But is it best to put 16 hours into a, I don't know, $10 an hour job, or maybe like do 8 hours here and then make some money elsewhere, and maybe that's a higher money per hour? It's just play around with it. Do you need 2 jobs to make sense for you? Do you need 1 job? What is your time worth? Because we can't save money if you're not making money. So don't get it twisted. And my second tip is connected to my first tip, and that is to kind of have supplemental income. So for me personally, I always either had like a second job, or right now I only work like one real W-2 form job, which is a pretty average salary for me personally. And so because I'm transitioning into my actual like legit career when I graduate this semester, I'm just doing a baby job that can just get me by. But my supplemental income is my airing business, Thrill Lobe. And what I love about it is that, of course, my business is sell, but in terms of the money part, I can live off of my airing business. And what that allows me to have, which is freedom, it allows that for my part-time job to be my savings money. So what I mean by that is, every time I make a sale, I keep that money in my checkings account when it comes to my airing business. But every time I get my check from work, that goes into my savings accounts. So this creates an opportunity for me to put most of my money, because I make more money from my job because I work 3 days a week. And so I'll put that money into my savings account, because I like my savings account to be higher than my checkings. And you should always kind of make that your standard. Always have more money in your savings than in your checkings, period. If I want to buy something for myself, just anything, I need to get groceries, or I want to buy that cute shirt, that's for my airing business. If I need to pay for school, or if I have to fix my car because it just broke down the side of the road, that's my savings account. So definitely look at the supplemental income, whether you have to start your own business, or you sell something, or you have a hobby that you can how to braid hair. There's a lot of girls out there who don't know how to braid, and they need to get their hair braided before they go to the lady who does the weave. So I promise you, there's an industry for everything. Don't work hard, work smart. Always learn that. You can make money by working smarter, not harder, because sometimes people confuse it. People think that, oh, I have to work hard to make money. No, you have to work smart, because I can spend 5 hours and make more money than you who work 12-hour shift. My third advice, which is, if you could take anything from this whole video, take this advice. Well, also take the supplemental income tip, but definitely this advice. Please, 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 please open several savings accounts. What? You never heard of that? Let me tell you. I just started this like a year ago. I only had my checkings account, my savings account, period. Right? But I was like, wait, My bank, at least my bank, I'm pretty sure most banks definitely look into your own institution. I have a credit union. In my credit union, I can open up several savings accounts free of charge. It's like whatever. So I have like my main daddy savings account. Like that's my savings account. Then I have then you're gonna have like smaller savings account that you can open up. So I have one literally called car bills. Literally, I have to pay for my car insurance and my car note every month. Every time I get money from my job check, I subtract the money that I pay monthly for my car stuff and drop it in that account. No questions asked. Then I have a savings account for, it's called Miscellaneous, and that's for, oh, I want to one day travel this year. Boom, I put like $20 a check, $30 a check. It depends on how big the check is. I'm putting in more. I could put in like 60. I don't really go over 100 when it comes to that account because it's for me to grow it. And then let's say in June, I want to go to the Essence Festival. Boom, I got $500 looking back at me, waiting for me to spend it because it's called Miscellaneous. So those are just examples of some savings account. If you have rent, have a savings account for your rent. So definitely open up as many savings accounts as you want to. For me, the world is my oyster. I could open up a million savings accounts if I really wanted to. But I'll keep it under 5 just so you can kind of maintain it. But you know, that's for me personally. You can have a credit card savings account. This kind of slides into my next tip, but my friend has a credit card and let's say it's $500 limit, very low standard, right? She will spend 1/3 of the credit card. So let's say, so 1/3 of 500 is around what, like 160 something? She will grab that. She will say, okay, my credit card is only 166. And that is the 4th tip. Don't go over 1/3 of your credit card limit. Please, 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 please. If you have a $1,000 credit card limit, don't go over $333. Like, just don't do it because it can mess up your credit score. And then it makes it easy for you to pay it off every month. So what my friend would do, every time she swiped her card, she will put the money from her checkings or wherever and put it into her credit card savings account. It's not the credit card actual like account. It's a savings account she opened up to put money in. When it's time to pay her bill, she transferred from that savings account into her credit card payment. And so it's so cool because let's say she swiped her card for $30. In that same breath, she's transferring $30 to her savings account to pay that credit card bill. So by the end of the month, the number that is due matches the same number that's in that savings account, and she just transfers all that money into there. So really do not swipe your credit card if you don't have the money to pay for it right there and then, because we're all about building credit. So it's not really about, oh, I don't have the money right now, so I'm just swipe this credit card. It's, I have the money right now, I just want to build credit, so I'm just gonna put the money into the savings account and then eventually pay the bill at the end of the month on time in full. It's genius, it's helpful, it keeps your credit score smooth and high, and it's not about not having the money. That's the issue people have. People put it on credit because they don't have the money. No, use your credit card like a debit card with the savings account so you can transfer the money into it. That's definitely something that I do not take out that savings account only to pay for that bill, because if you start, oh, I need $20, let me take out that savings account. Now it's time to pay your bill and you can't find $20 nowhere, so now you can't pay your bill in full. Don't love yourself. Don't hurt yourself. Love yourself. Don't hurt yourself. My 5th tip that I highly recommend, that I've been doing since I've been making barely any money, $7 something when I was just started my job. When I just started the working industry, minimum wage or whatever, all the way to where I am today. And I'm going to do it even beyond when I'm making that nursing money, you know what I'm saying? Woo. So anyways, I always put a percentage on my checks, period. So before I was making this business that has supplemental income, I would have my check, let's say it's $100. Okay, let's just say it's $100, just to make numbers easy. I would say I'm gonna put 20% or $20 in my checkings account, and then I'm gonna put 80% in my savings account. And the percentage always pretty much moved around depending on what's going on in my life. Like let's say like, oh, I have like I keep saying tuition because that really is just stressful. But let's say like I have tuition coming up, you know, I'll be like, okay, my savings account needs to go a little bit higher because I got to pay tuition in like 2 months. So let me put like 15% in my checking instead of 20, and I put 85 in my savings instead of 80, stuff like that. But move it around, but don't move it too much. Don't be like 1 month you're like, I'm doing 40 checkings, 60 savings, to all of a sudden you're 60 checkings, 40 savings. Don't move it too much. I always make sure savings is higher than my checkings, because you gotta save, honey. I am Miss Save a Queen. Like, I save everything. I save my life. I save my edges. I save my knees. Well, we working on the knees part, but I save everything. I talk to people who has never saved before. Their savings account has never felt $1. And you might think I'm really bugging right now with that statement, but I'm telling you, I've had conversations with people who has never utilized their savings account. What? And my last tip, look for resources beyond this video and just everywhere that you can. But definitely, like I said in the beginning, cater to what you need for what you got going on. If you have student debt, things are going to be altered from this video. If you have, but you can still keep some of these tips. Like I said, they're very movable in a lot of things I said. But just really just look at what you got going on. Lay it out. Spend a day. Lay out your whole just money, expenses, and money coming in, money coming out. It's the beginning of 2019. I really want to make sure everybody can be financially just stable and just clean, you know? So here's a resource that I use to even prepare myself to make videos like this, because it's been years of safe money spending, and I really, not to boost my head up, but I really do have a good money relationship. The videos that I watched and just the resources I reached out to were the YouTube channel, The Financial Diet, is really helpful. It's really good for people who are like millennials or just like young and upcoming. It's definitely for all ages, but they definitely cater to the 20-year-olds and the 30-year-olds and even the teenagers, kind of helping you navigate like the mistakes that those people made, or the mistake that they noticed, and they want to like eradicate that for millennials such as us, because the way that we handle money today is not the way that people handle money in the 50s and the 60s. So it's really just very up to date. Another resource that I use that really changed the trajectory of savings for me is I was listening to my favorite podcast, The Friend Zone Pod. Definitely check them out. Please, if you don't, I'll be mad at you. But they have this particular episode called Making Money Moves, and I believe they made that episode in March of 2018. And they featured the Budgetnista, and she's like a financial guru, and she's very relatable and very easy. She breaks it down to the very basic terminology, and it makes you go, aha. And that's where I learned about the different savings accounts and just a lot of other things she talks about that makes you have a lot of aha moments. So definitely check out that episode. I'll put all that down in the link below. She even has her own podcast with her co-host named Mandy, and the lady, the Budgetnista, her name is Tiffany, and their podcast is called Brown Ambition, where they just talk like Black people trying to navigate financial responsibility. But it's for all people, you know what I'm saying? But definitely check it out. And there's lots of other resources. Look into it, get it done, get it right, get it tight. Definitely just go to your own bank's website. They have a lot of financial aid advice on there. Talk to a financial advisor. That's really what you got to do. Talk to whoever makes sense to you. Talk to your financial advisor at your university to help with that. Like, don't limit yourself, and don't think money is a conversation you can't have with your friends and your family members, because you learn so much. But take it with a grain of salt and do your own research after learning what you learn from other people. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, your life, and nobody's going to be there for you when things fall apart. So just keep it together. You got it. 2019 is your year, honey. 2019 is your year. I feel it. I feel it through the energy waves. I feel it. It's coming through these trees. It's just rolling all over me. I know you got it. You just push through. I know if you have to work that extra shift, work that extra shift, but don't overwork yourself. Overtime is a mess. They tax the heck out of it. But we can go on and on about money. Honestly, like, I really want to keep talking about money on this channel and like real adult stuff, because I feel like it's not talked about. So I really want to come here and just, come to you straightforward so we can all be great this 2019 season. Yes, we're here. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace, light, and love. Bye.